Interactive OOPS ALV, and for this Interactive OOPS ALV we're going to make use of two tables called MKPF and MSEG. So the first table happens to be MKPF. Let me show you the fields here. In MKPF we have MBLNR, MJHRV, GARP. Okay, document type. Okay, so I have these fields. I'm taking some 5 or 6 fields here. Okay, so I'll take MATNR, WRKS, LGORT. Okay, done. So these are the fields that we want to use right now, and let us use them, and we'll go ahead. Okay, so let's move on to the program, and in the program we're going to create interactive OOPS ALV. ZVA underscore MAT interactive OOPS ALV. So let's go ahead with this. Now I'll go for types. Begin of st underscore mkpf and end of st underscore mkpf. So in this we'll add a couple of fields here. So what we can do is we can avoid this, the length and all. So I'm remove this, and I'm making this description as the description as a comment. This is how it should be done. So we always, in some projects, it's mandatory for us to maintain the description of what exactly is the field beside that. So it's always a good practice to do that. So I'm writing here type. And having said this, we also have a practice, general practice, that in some projects they always use the reference of table name hyphen field. I'll explain you about that later. So, okay, so these are the fields that we have, and this happens to be okay. So here we have this is the first structure that we have, and we're going to go ahead with the second structure that happens to be MSEG. And it's always a good coding practice to first close the loop that we have started. Okay, this is a good practice, and after that we start writing the field names here internally. I'll take this as I'm copying these field names which I already copied into the notepad. So I'll again go ahead and keep this descriptions as comment. IT underscore mkpf type standard table of st underscore mkpf IT underscore mseg type standard table of st underscore mseg w underscore mkpf type st underscore mkpf w underscore mseg type st underscore mseg o underscore alv 1 type ref2 cl underscore gu underscore alv underscore grid. But then we have to have the container as well, right? So first one o underscore cyn1 type ref2 cl underscore gui underscore custom underscore container container. Okay, let me cross check this. So if it it takes us to that class, then it's a right one. Yes, it's taking us to the class. This is right. Because sometimes what happens when you're typing, there might be a typo. So now, other than that, we have to now create this for the two screens. This is for the first screen. This is for the second screen. Then we have IT underscore fcat1 type LVC underscore T underscore fcat IT underscore fcat2 type LVC underscore T underscore fcat. So it's a good practice to keep all the internal tables in one place. So I would like to keep this here and all the work areas here in one place. So we have W underscore fcat1 WA underscore fcat1 type LVC underscore S underscore fcat. This is LVC underscore fcat2. So these are the two field catalogs for the second and first and second tables. And then we have IS underscore Leo. Actually, we have wanted to observe the significance of IS underscore Leo in the yesterday's session, but I'm going to add that here later and show it to you. Then we wanted to have this CL underscore event. Say OB underscore event. It's object underscore event. Type ref to CL underscore event. OB underscore event type ref to CL underscore event. Okay, so OB underscore event type ref to CL underscore event. Then we have the select options. S underscore the first one happens to be MBLNR, the field name MBLNR, and the MBLNR happens to be number of material document. So this MBLNR happens to be the select option here, MBLNR for WA underscore MKTF hyphen MBLNR. S underscore MBLNR for WA underscore MKTF hyphen MBLNR. Now in this, we need to go ahead and build the field catalogs. That's very important right now because we have we have to pass these field catalogs into that. So we have to build that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and write this startup selection. So I'll build the field catalogs first. It happens to be W underscore fcat1 hyphen column underscore position is equals to 1 hyphen field name is equals to that field name whatever we have MBLNR, and then we have the text field name that we have used yesterday. So this is the field that we have to use there. Screen text underscore temp is equals to material number like material document number. Then we have append w underscore fcat1 to it underscore fcat1. So this is what we have here, and we will go ahead with this data fcat1. This happens to be 2, and let's change the field name and the description later. First, let me build 6 field catalogs here because I have selected the 6 fields here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then it happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So field name happens to be MJHR, material document here, document here, document here, MJHR, VGART, transaction event type, VGART, transaction event type, Then we have BLART document type, BLAUM. It happens to be document type of evaluation document. So I'll just write it as reval document. BLDAT document date. Now we have all these fields. In this, if you observe, the first two fields happens to be the same. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this and paste it down below so that it will be easy for me to access it. So these field catalogs have been filled now, and I will go ahead with the first two things. Okay, so this happens to be FCT2. Let me make this as 2. This is for the second screen, obviously. That's the reason I'm making it as 2. Done. Now we'll go ahead with this one as 2 again. Okay, so this happens to be the first and second. Nothing else has to be changed here. I think we are good with that. So I'm going to delete this too, because these two are updated here. And next thing that I would like to go for is the ZEILE. So let's take this one. Field catalog. This happens to be 3, and in this we will get this field as ZEILE, and item material doc m doc item. Fine. This is also done. Now we'll go ahead with the fourth field catalog. The fourth field catalog happens to be for the field called Emetiana. Material number. Fifth, WAR case, plant. This is the sixth one. LGORT. That happens to be, I'm not sure about the LGORT. I think it should be the storage location. So let me update this as storage location. Okay, so we're good with the field catalogs now. And since if you in the last project that we have done, we just passed on the structures. We didn't have to build the field catalogs. But just in case if you have to build it, this is how we do it because we have already done it with the basic ALV. So we are done with this. So when we are doing a complex program like this, it's always good to clear the field catalog whenever we have appended it. So it's a very important practice actually. So we'll go for with clear w underscore fcat. Okay, here it should be clear w underscore fcat 2. Okay, these all are done now. Now we'll go ahead with. Okay, so now we'll go for call screen 100, starting at 2 to 5. Now we'll go ahead with the class definition and implementation. The class definition and implementation can be done immediately after startup selection, but we are supposed to write this inside the startup selection. So the startups inside the startup selection we can write it above the field catalogs or below the field catalogs, doesn't matter. All that we need to make sure that we write it. So this is the class we need to define and implement. As we all know, if you write the definition deferred concept in the top, it will not ask you for the definition and implementation before that. So we already know that. So class seal underscore event definition and class. So in this we are going to write the public section, and in this we are going to write the methods. Say I wrote Robert here. Okay, so do you want me to write any of your name, or shall I just write something else?
Do Robert again.
Robert is already done yesterday. Sorry.
All right, then do Luke.
Luke?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. Luke for event double underscore click off. So as we know, this entire logic is something which we have to do exactly the same way after this for. Okay, we all know that. CL underscore GUI underscore ALB underscore grid importing E underscore row E underscore column. This is something which we do it for making it interactive. Yes. And then we'll go ahead with the implementation for this. So all that we have to do is we have to do the implementation of Luke in the implementation part of this class. So let me do that now. Class CL underscore event implementation and class method Luke and method. Rate table IT underscore that mkpf into w underscore mkpf index, this e underscore row hyphen e underscore row hyphen index, because there's already predefined field in e underscore row which is to be index, which is index. And then once we do that, we'll go for the perform say second using wa underscore b mkpf mkpf changing it underscore msdg. Then we go for call screen 200 and 2. I mean like starting at 2. Done. So this is the implementation of this class. And now, so we just need to build this a form for this perform, which we're going to do that. And we also have to build something like the screens. So let's do that now. I'm clicking on the 100 screen. So do you want to create the 100 screen? Of course, yes, we want. So this is the main screen. And we'll go for the flow logic. In the flow logic, uncomment this, save it, syntax. Now let's go to the layout. In the layout, we have to build the container. So we have this push button here. PB1, exit, and we all know what will how difficult it is to come out of this screen if you have not built that exit. It's extremely important for us to have that. CONT1 is the container name that I'm giving here. But again, you can give any name. It's up to you. And you're done with it. So double click on this status. Yes. Do you want to create this module? Yes. In the main program. So you'd like to go for the main program only. Say yes. You want to create? Say yes. Save and back. And double click on this. Say yes. Main program. Save. Back. That's it. So we'll activate the screen. We'll activate the screen, and once it's been active, once the screen has been active, let us now go back in screen, and in this screen we're going to build this objects. So we all know we have to bring this objects here. So we'll just click on the pattern and above objects say OK, and in this we have to go for create object, and the object happens to be o underscore con1, and the container class happens to be cl underscore gu underscore custom underscore container. Just say OK, and here the container name happens to be cont1, and this is done. After that, we'll go ahead with the next object. The next object happens to be o underscore alv1, and this happens to be in the lv underscore gu underscore alv and cl underscore gu underscore alv underscore grid. Just say OK, and the parent class would be this one. I'm just copying this here, o underscore con1, whatever is the object name. We just have to copy that and place it here in the place of parent. This is done. I think we are good with this, and we have to call the actual method which executes the output. So for that, we have to click on this pattern again, and get this above objects, say okay, and here call method, and in this call method we have this o underscore alv1 cl underscore g underscore alv underscore grade set table for first display, but I'll write the set start table start first start, and I'll get the method here, and the method happens to be the set table for first display. Now this has appeared here. This is where we need to write the logic. Let's write the logic here. So in this we have to go ahead with the field catalogs, because we have not built any structure for this. So we'll build the field catalogs, we'll uncomment this, and this happens to be id underscore mkpf. That's cool, good. id underscore fcat1. That's it. So this happens to be the code for the first screen. We need to now build the code for the second screen, but having said that, we need to make sure that we have this case statement here, cases for ucom, in case when ext leave program save syntax save. Okay, so it gives an error at cl underscore event, so let's do that definition before it comes. So we'll write here class on the top, let's write class cl underscore event definition defer. That's it. Now that issue will be fixed. This is done, but the screen 200 also needs to be designed. At this point of time we can very well go ahead and see the output of the first screen. En is the column, okay. So mainly this second, the whatever perform is there, I just need to create that, and also the screen also needs to be created. Okay, before that, before this I'll just create this 200 screen. Let me complete. It's insisting us to go ahead and do that. So second screen, and then we go for the flow logic, and this save layout container 2 cont2. Okay, and exit command, it happens to be tb1, and exit ext save, and this is done. Double click on this, say yes, in the main program say okay, say yes, double click on this, say yes, main program, and save. So here first let me write the logic for this exit, because even if it doesn't work, at least we should be able to come out of it. And also we would like to create a transaction code for this so that the end users can access this directly from a transaction code. So I guess like we're good with this hint in here. Then we have to build this perform. So let me double click on this second, say yes, in the main program, say. So I'll give this I'll just comment it for a minute, and I'd like to place this at the top. So we'll just say. So we'll be going ahead and checking for the first screen now. Field catalogs on phone. Okay. So I think I didn't give the field catalogs there. Let me check that. Not this one. SC8. Yeah, this one. Material Interactive OOPS ALV. Okay. So display change. Now we do have. Did I miss the field catalogs in the first screen? Let me check that. We do have ATM display cat 1. Oh, I guess I didn't write the select statement for this. So I need to write the select statement for this. So let me write the select statement inside this output. So the field names happens to be, let me copy the field names here. I can copy them from here or I can copy them directly from the table. So slash OS 11 mkpf. So we have this as field names. So mgvahr, bgart, blart, ble. I think this is in sequence, no issues. But the second table I need to be a bit careful because I have picked up randomly some fields. So these are the fields that we have in the select statement. From mseg, mkpf is mseg into table it underscore mseg, where mb lnr in s equal to no in s underscore mb lnr. This happens to be from mkpf, sorry, because this is the first table mkpf, and here also we have to have it as mkpf only. So save syntax check, activate. Now let me access this.
Could it have to do with that we're clearing the field catalogs after appending them?
It actually doesn't affect anything like that. Doesn't have any issue impact with the field catalogs being cleared, because we are very well appending it into the the internal table, which is respective internal table. So that shouldn't be a problem. Let me first make sure that okay. So let me complete the code for the second screen as well, and then we'll look into it, because there might be a link here. So let me complete that for the second screen. So for the second screen, when we go for the second screen, the field catalogs are already been built. So all that we have to do is we have to write the logic there. So we have this 200 screen. Double click on the 200 screen. It's already been created. Layout is already been created. Back. Activate this. Activate the 200 screen. I think this has already been there, and module process after input is already there. So this is active. So we are good with that on screen 200. So we are going to build the screen 200 also. So for that, I'm going to go ahead with the pattern and click on ABAP objects. Say OK, create object O underscore ALV2, no, O underscore CONT2, and this happens to be custom container CON2. Yeah, CON2. Then we have pattern ABAP objects. Say OK. O underscore ALV2, ALV grid. Say OK. And this we have this as O underscore CON2. Okay, and then we have this pattern web object. Say OK, and we are going to go ahead with the create object. In this we have ALV2 CL underscore GU CL underscore GU underscore LV underscore get set table. First we have to select this. That's it. Say OK, and we're done with this. We have this ID underscore MSEG. Here this one would be ID underscore FCAT2. Okay, so let me check if it's MKPF or MSEG. MKPF, I've given it as MKPF only. Fine. And now we need to register that event. And also we need to create this event. I need to click on Luke implementation. The second, I need to click on the second. And in this second, we need to write this read table IT underscore MSPG MKPF IT underscore MKPF into W underscore MKPF, so into IT underscore MKPF index this happens to be read table is already been done, right? So read table is done. So we'll go for select that field names, whatever field names that we have for the second screen. I think since I took them randomly, I would like to pick up all these fields here. I'd like to place them all here. So this happens to be from MSDG into table IT underscore MSDG where MBLNR equal to that value which we have on the top. So like equal to WA underscore MKPF hyphen MBLNR. Okay, this is fine. This is good. Good with this. That's it. So this select statement is what we're writing in the form. That's okay, but mm, okay. It's asking the container name. Okay, container name happens to be CONT2. Okay, CONT2 I guess. Yeah, let me cross check that. Let me cross check the CONT2. And here also the container name is something which I'm not very sure. CONT1. CONT1. What we wrote here. CONT1. Okay. Okay. And this. So say suppose we even clear W underscore FC fcat1 shouldn't be having any issue here because we are assigning some value and we are moving everything into the internal table and then we are clearing it off. So it's a good practice to do that actually. Anyways, so, okay, this is a startup selection, right? Just let me write this field catalogs outside this startup selection, above the startup selection. Pause. Let me just unscribe like this because clearing the work area shouldn't be an issue at all. That we have written inside the startup selection, it is actually skipping it. See, when we are saying startup selection, it's skipping that read field catalogs. Okay, we have the data here. That's fine. So what I just did is I moved this field catalog code onto the above the startup selection and it start working. So I'd better keep this because this is a good coding practice to always clear out the work area so that this work area data that is existing here shouldn't be misassigned to something else. Look, by default, by mistake, if it's assigned somewhere else, it doesn't. It will not be good. Now we are good with this first screen. We're good with the first screen, and let me try getting to the second screen here. Double click on this 32. Not sure if we have the records for this. I just need to select some records for which we have data in the second screen. I think the event is not registered. So we had to register the event, right? So when we register the event, only then that event gets triggered. So this event needs to be registered in the first one, first screen. So in the first screen, in the sense, the process before output of the first screen. And in that we have to write the create object. This object is, this needs to be written. This is the object OB underscore event. So let's copy that, and we need to write this create object here. Create object OB underscore event. Set handler OB underscore event. And it was Luke, I guess. The object name was Luke. So O underscore ALV1. That's it. So let me, yeah, this is Luke. Yes. Save it. Syntax. Activate. Now we have this as, I don't know the input values, so I'm just writing this here. So I've registered the set handler method. Let's look at it now. So we get this data in the second screen. The item data is coming in the second screen. So this completes our project on interactive OOPS ALV with field catalogs. So we have a lot of stuff, like we have a lot of stuff which we can do around in the OOPS interactive ALV.